Welcome back, Sneaky Ninjas, to another episode of Superhoii 13 Plays Feed the Beast. Okay, as you may have noticed, I'm not up top where my base is. I actually did do a little bit of mining. Like I said, I went down to, let's see. I'm at level 10 right now. So, and I did find redstone, and I also found 3 diamonds. I actually didn't mine one of them because I wanted to show you guys that I'm being legit here. We want to keep it legit, as legit. Excuse me. Okay. Now that we're back to normal, I wanted to show you that I was being as legit as possible. Zero hacking went on here. I also wanted to show you guys a little bit of the mining so that you guys could see what progress I made since last episode. Not much, actually, but I did find redstone, which is very, very important. And I did find some gold just a second ago, which I just realized is something we are also going to need and didn't have. Which is something I'm very glad about, because I didn't want to have to make another trip back down here. Because making multiple trips blows. Wasn't much redstone, was it? Actually, it was a healthy amount of redstone, if I do say so myself. Let's mine this iron, and then we'll head back up to the surface, and I'll get working on the ore doubling mechanic I was showing you guys. Let's craft another pickaxe real quick. Whoops. Let's get this stuff. This is actually going to be very useful in... One sec. Okay, not going to sneeze. Okay. It's going to be very useful in Ars Magica. Because we actually need blue Jeez. We actually need blue topaz to get started. Good grief, if I could even English without tripping over my tongue, that would be amazing. But I seemingly can't. So, unfortunately, I think all of us are just going to have to deal with it. Unfortunately, including myself. And I've got the hiccups, which is probably not conducive to recording right now. But that's okay, because I don't care. It just makes it more funny for you guys to laugh at me. Alright, let's... No, we don't need any more of that stuff. Okay, let's go. Let's go this way. Oh, that's actually fairly useful, that stuff. These are basically a tier between diamond and iron, and they're actually from a mod that that I guess it replaces Red Power 2, because Red Power 2 stopped getting this episode I cannot even speak, which these gems replaced the gems from Red Power 2, and it's Peridot and not Emerald because Minecraft has emeralds now in its vanilla plain self, so that is why they had to rename it. And ooh, I'm out of food again, which is really not helpful. Why do I always do this to myself? So we've got 3 diamonds now, which is pretty good, if I do say so myself. Let's fill in this hole that the meteor left. Still no bones. That's okay, though. Okay, ore doubling mechanic. Let's smelt us up some gold and iron. Let's use this, though. Try not to do too much of this so you guys don't get completely bored. I don't think I've explained what those trees are. Those trees are from a mod It's either Natura or Biomes of Plenty. I'm not sure which. But basically those trees are eucalyptus trees. And... Or are they? I don't remember. Eucalyptus. I think they are. Yeah, eucalyptus trees. And they're from Natura. And these grow in extreme hills biomes, which is kind of strange, if you ask me. But I'm not questioning. I just go with the punches. Because I'm not one to question the powers that made the game. Did I put 2 in there? I think I did. Okay. The one thing I wanted to do with this grindstone is make a... I forget what it's called. The thing I was showing you, the robotic arm from factorization. Because that... don't quote me on this, but what I think it does is it creates an... Or a... fake player. I believe it creates a fake player. And that fake player has one purpose. And that is to right-click whatever it sees. And that's basically the only way to automate this, because you can't use turtles, which are basically computers. Turtle. Yeah, see, we've got a whole bunch of different turtles. I've never seen half of these turtles before. But we don't have the resources for that yet. So we'll just let it wait. Oh, silver. Silver. Where's the silver? Where has all the silver gone? What happened to my paper clips? Anyway, so the other thing we're going to need for the redstone furnaces and such is a dynamo or generator. And I generally go with dynamos, but I think this series, what we're going to do is we're going to use a furnace generator. Now, the high temperature furnace generator is interesting. And I don't actually know how these generators work, so... Oh, that's a lot of iron that I don't have right now. So I think we're just going to stick with the steam dynamos for right now. And that's going to require us to... Okay, so that's 4 copper. What is that? That is an ugly copper. Anyway. Oh, hello. How are you doing, my good sir? Please give me some... Okay, you're not going to give me any meat. How, that's rude. What are you? I can't say as I've ever seen these things before. I literally have no idea what this thing is over here. Oh, it's bad. It's bad news. It's... Oh, okay, that's great. Well, I think we're going to sleep through the night and then try and get our stuff. And our furnace is done, and all of our stuff is over there. And for... Wait, I died? Oh, that's interesting. Never seen that before. I really want to know what those are. This skeleton is going to camp my grave. Son of a biscuit. Whoa, 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 you're fast. Stay... What are you? Whoa! Oh, jeez. Does it hurt? Yeah, no. Doesn't... No, it doesn't hurt. Kind of want you to die from that skeleton, so I'm going to let him shoot you. No, stay back. Stay... Leave me... Okay, that's not cool. Well, I think what we're going to do instead is... Oh, snap. Okay. What I think we're going to do instead is not be an idiot about this. And we're going to make some swords. And go in there like Leroy Jenkins. And just destroy everything because I hate everyone. Okay, let's get this gravestone right here. Come on. Come on. There we go. And, whoa, you're still here. What are you still doing here? Okay. And then we'll get this gravestone, and then we're gonna get the hell out of here. And hopefully maybe actually get started on that ore doubling thing I keep talking about for ever and ever and ever and ever and ever. I don't have very many resources though, so I hope we'll be able to do it this episode. If not, well, I'll figure something else out. Where's the redstone? That's actually a pretty good amount of redstone if I do say so myself. So we're going to need 2 of these. We're also going to need some clay, which fortunately I think I saw some right over here. Oh yeah, right here. Yep. Okay. So, we're going to need clay for bricks for our redstone furnace, which is basically a powered furnace that runs off of electricity, which is much better than this because we don't have to burn things to get what we want. And, oh, get the silver in there real quick before we run out of fuel. Finish doing this. Oh, yeah, the other thing I forgot to mention with the grindstone crank is if you click it too many times after the grinding is already finished, it'll actually break the crank and give you back a little tiny bit of sticks. So, let's do this. Transmission coil. Oh, wait, silver ingots are in there. That transmission, more copper. Let's do this real quick. I'm sorry guys, this is insanely boring, but this should really only be the only time we ever have to do this. We should never have to do this again, which is good, and I'm actually okay with. Okay, here we go. More copper. We'll just finish this one off, and I know it's not being efficient, but we're just gonna burn the regular copper. That way it's not so boring for you guys. And let's see, copper gears. We're gonna need 4 of those. Wait for those to finish crafting up. What else do we need? Redstone, transmission coil. Okay, let's get working on the pulverizer. There we go. It's okay, we don't have enough wood, but that's actually okay. Oh, should hang this up, let it dry for us. Kill this chicken, get some meat, and everything will be good. And we're actually gonna need one of those eventually. And I'm actually quite happy we've got Industrial Craft 2 rubber trees here, which means Industrial Craft shouldn't be a problem to get started on. Again, shouldn't, but it could, and I've been wrong before, so don't quote me on anything I say, because I'm most likely drunk and high at this point. Don't tell the TSA. Exactly. So, just gonna need 2, 4, snap, okay. Well, let's go ahead. And that is not how you make a copper gear. Superhoii, you are a genius. What the? Oh, I know what happened. Or was it like this? Yeah, it was like this. With this here, and these two here. So now that we've got our first steam dynamo, let's get it set up. The other thing we're gonna need is conduits. So this side, what? No. So this side fills up with water. So let's get a bucket, real quick. Bucket. Excuse me. But I want your bucket. So basically what we're going to do is you just take a bucket of water from a source block and... Oh, sorry, wrong side. This is the steam output side. This is the water output or input. So let's go ahead and fill that up. And as soon as we throw some fuel in there, what it's going to do is it's going to start heating up. And what it's going to do is it's going to start producing steam. And once we get enough... You can't actually see it in here because steam is glitched and has been glitched for a long time. So basically, once it gets to 2,000, which is this half mark here, it'll start generating redstone flux, which is what we're going to need to power our machines. So let's... There's really not a good way to keep that filled right now. We're also going to need a bit of lead, so let's throw that in there, because the other thing we're going to need is called a... yeah, let's do this real quick. Make another furnace. Is leadstone conduits. Just throw those in there. Whoops, no. We're actually going to need some of those for our piston. Throw those in there, get those cooking. So, let's see. How to make a leadstone conduit. So, what this is basically our power line. We're going to need glass too? Come on, really? Okay. Well, fortunately, there's a bit of sand right here, so we're good. Let's make a couple of these. And these are basically like cables would be in real life. They basically just carry power, and that's their sole purpose, is to carry power. Come on, smelt faster. I'm trying to make a video here. So that should be... Yeah, these things also have a small internal buffer of 4,000 redstone flux, which is where the redstone came in for the crafting recipe. I'm going to throw some iron in there. So, let's do this. Once this is done, let's get ourselves... Okay, that's enough iron. Get that in there. Make a piston. Oh, machine frame, which means more iron. Okay. More iron. Do we have glass yet? Yes, we have glass. Let's make some of those leadstone conduits. Oh, wait, no, it was... redstone, then lead, right? Yeah, there we go. So, just to be clear, this top knob here is the output, and the leadstone conduits will connect to it. However, they will not connect here because this is not an output. Seems pretty okay to me. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're just going to, for right now, we're just going to set it up like that. Okay? I'll explain why in a second. And in later episodes, we'll have gigantic cables going everywhere throughout our giant base, which will be amazing and so beautiful that I might just crap my pants. But that's okay. So, oh, we're going to need more glass. I forgot. Okay. We're going to need 2 machine frames, and I have 2 glass, which means we're going to need About that much more. Let's throw that in there. Ooh, a bat. Looky, looky, looky. Okay. I will not stop recording until I get this foopin' ore doubling mechanic finished. Because I promised it would be done last episode, and it... Well, not last episode, this episode, so... You guys might end up with a bonus extra long episode today. We've got one flint, so we're gonna have to smash this gravel until we get some flint. Which is insanely boring. But, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. There we go. Another piece of flint. Let's get that pulverizer done. So copper, machine frame, reception coil, flint, and a piston. Get away from me! Your meat is actually fairly okay, which I'm okay with. So, basically what you're going to do is you're going to place your machine anywhere where this power conduit connect to it. And we can see that its internal buffer is starting to fill up. And you see over here how much energy is stored in its internal buffer here. You can also see it here. It's very fancy. And you'll notice there's these little squares that are colored on the outside. Basically, blue is always input and everything else is an output. Shift right click, or shift left click, my bad. Shift left click the middle block in there, and you'll close off everything. See, if there's not a square showing on here, it means it's not going to do anything. So this is our first ore doubling mechanic. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw a whole bunch of copper in there and show you guys what this does. So what this is going to do is it's going to smash up our ore for us. Would you please go away, zombies? Good grave! So what that's going to do is it's going to pulverize it for us. And you can see we've already pulverized 3 ore to get 6 pulverized copper, which is exactly the same as copper dust. Just throw that in the induction, or not the induction smelter, my bad. The furnace, and we'll be golden. So let me get this set up. Redstone furnace. Would you go away? I'm trying to record. Angry zombies have a slight bit more health than regular zombies, and they're from Thaumcraft, and will drop, on occasion, zombie brains, which are actually fairly useful to us. See, it just... Go away! Oh, really? Come on. This isn't even funny anymore. Go away. Okay, let us sleep through the night. Hopefully not die. Okay. Whoops. There we go. Let's open this up. Oh, I swear to... Ah! Go away! Wow, that's so irritating. Okay, actually, there's nothing in that one, so let's not mine that one just yet. Get this redstone furnace set up so we can end the episode, since we are way over time right now. Okay. Anyway, let's get this set up, shall we? Before we get killed again. Okay, glass. Get that all set up in there. What else did it need? Needed redstone on top. This here, this here, this here, this here, this, and a redstone furnace. What we're gonna do is we're gonna set this to orange, which is output everything into here. And since this left side is set up to input, this is automatically going to export all of our ores into here, and they're automatically going to get smelted up. So that is our ore doubling mechanic, and it's already automated. And if we were to put a chest right here and set this to like orange or something, all of our ores would automatically get exported into there. And I'm sorry guys, but this is actually a fairly good well, actually we're way past wrapping up point, but this was a good episode. We got our first machine set up, and we've got ore doubling going on, and I think we did a good job. So I'll see you guys in the next episode. Don't forget to subscribe to become a Sneaky Ninja today, and we'll see you Sneaky Ninjas in the next episode. Alright guys, see you later.